camera, lights, action. Oh, I always wanted to say that. And now I have. Welcome back. And I want to talk to you about my sister, but I have to go back a little ways to Mama and Papa Corbett. Now, Mama and Papa Corbett were the parents of my mother's mother. Well, anyway, I remember Saturday nights, we would used to go to Mama and Papa Corbett's house. I never saw them in any other position than she's sitting in a rocking chair. He was sitting in the sofa right next to her, and they'd be holding hands. Honestly, I think that's the first time I really saw the look of love. They really loved each other, and you could tell it. You could really tell it. We stayed and watched the Lawrence Welk show. Gosh, does anybody remember the Lawrence Welk show? They loved that, and we watched it. And soon after that, we would leave. And then next Saturday night, we'd come again. Well, we had been doing that for many years, and then I heard that my Papa Corbett died. In fact, I want to show you these pictures of my mom and Papa Corbett. This is a professional photograph of them. Here's another picture of my mom is holding me, and of course Papa standing right next to her. And yes, Papa Corbett died. I don't remember much about it, really. I just know he passed on, and then nothing much was really said. Well, it seemed like a little time went by, and then Mama Corbett got very sick. Very, very sick. And they brought her to my Aunt Mildred's house. Mildred was a sister of my mama. And there she laid. I can remember going, I was able to see her one time, which was actually in her deathbed. I didn't realize it. Of course, that's what it was at the time, but she didn't look too good. I can remember she did not look well. And I don't know if she really knew I was there. I know there wasn't any big conversation, but I don't remember. I don't think she knew that I was there. Well, my mom Corbett passed away right before my sister was about to be born. And my mother wanted to name my sister after her grandmother, which was my mom Corbett. Her first name was Anna. So there came the day. I remember my mother sitting in the kitchen. Never kind of really noticed the belly until then. I could see she was in pain, and my mom was with her. All of a sudden, they went to the hospital. Well, here's Uncle Russ. Come on, kids, we're going to go to my house. So, of course, he still lived with Mama and Papa. But, yeah, so off we went with Uncle Russ. He was a character. Now, I know this was in the middle of the night, because when we got back to his house, it was still dark, and we had to travel a little distance. I'd say a good maybe 45 minutes. It was still dark, and he asked us if we wanted breakfast, and of course we wanted breakfast. Yeah, of course he wanted. Well, you'll never believe what he drummed up. pizza. Oh, we were loving that. We never had pizza. Never had pizza. Much at all, let alone in the morning for breakfast. Oh, I can remember gobbling that up. It's one of the best breakfasts of my early life. I can remember that so clearly. And then we went into his bedroom and we were playing boats. He got this each side of the mattress and he's going like this with the mattress. We're laughing, we're screaming, we're having so much fun. Oh, we were rocking and rolling. I don't know how my brother even stayed in the bed because I was having a hard time. But we didn't fall out and we just had a wonderful time. We must have fell asleep shortly after that because the next thing I know, my mother's calling my mama, who was back at her house by now, and wanting to know, she wanted to honor her grandmother. And my great-grandmother's first name was Anna. So she wanted to honor Anna. And she came up with two names. Anna May or Anna Marie. Everybody knew it had to be Anna first. Well, I had something to say about that. Oh, please, 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 please don't call her Anna May. Even back then, it sounded hillbillish, although I didn't know that word then, but it was like, old-fashioned Anna May. So I begged, oh, please call her Anna Marie. Please call her Anna Marie. And to my complete surprise, that's what she was named, Anna Marie. And that was her first name. Anna Marie was her first name. She had no middle name. Anna Marie. Well, when they brought my new baby sister, a little bundle of joy that she was going to be, home, I looked at her in amazement. I'm looking. I can't believe what I'm seeing. There's my sister, all looking like a little old lady. I mean, she was all wrinkly all over and skinny and crying. Just, I couldn't believe the way she looked. And I'm thinking, I don't remember Billy looking that way, but then I don't remember Billy when he first came home from hospital. I don't know if I looked that way, although I have pictures of myself when I was born that I haven't shown you because they're not really good pictures. I don't think I looked that way, but Anna Marie looked horrible. I don't believe I said anything, but as time went on, she started looking better. Thank God, because I didn't want to show anybody my new baby sister. She looked like she was my great-great-great-great-great-grandmother. Now I know why. Back then I didn't, of course. But my mom was smoking. She had smoked, I found out, started when she was 12 years old. Can you imagine that? My father along with her. And she continued to smoke through all three of her pregnancies. It was a sight. It was a scary, scary sight. I'll never forget it. And you know, there are no baby pictures of Anna Marie. Not a one. Not one baby picture of Anna Marie. I can remember she was probably a couple years old, and I remember a professional picture taking of her, my brother, and myself. But by then she's a toddler. You know, then she's a toddler. So I can show you some pictures of her. The earliest picture that I have of her is this. To the left there, she's about 10 years old. The middle picture, she's 16. And then the next picture, she's 17. I'm going to show you all the pictures that I have of her, which really aren't many. This is a picture of her when she became a nurse. That was back in, I think, 1983. And this is a picture of her. I always like this picture of her. It shows her just radiant. I don't know whether the sun was coming in the window or somebody was too close to her and you saw the flash, but I always liked that picture of her. Thought it was genuine of her. You know, I loved my sister from the first day, even though I was shocked and I was a little upset about her appearance. But I truly loved her, and I tried to take care of her. I did a lot for her. I can remember my mom started getting into soap operas. She would spend all afternoon watching soap operas. And here I am, the gopher. Go for this, go for that, get this, get that. Usually mostly for my sister, but sometimes for my brother as well. I can remember one time, probably in and around when the first picture was done, the professional picture that I don't have. All of a sudden, I'm in the kitchen and I hear a scream. I knew immediately it was my sister. I knew immediately it was her. And I had the sense to realize she was in the bathroom. So I run into the bathroom and all I see is little hands and the ends of her feet sticking up out of the toilet. Well, of course, she was upset. She didn't want to go down. I can remember saying, I don't want to go down. I don't want to go down. I said, you're not going to go down. I said, I will get you out of there. Well, I had a struggle getting her out of there. It didn't happen right away. I can tell you that. I struggled and I struggled trying to get her out of there. Eventually, I did. Thank God, because I was getting scared. What was I going to do? What was I going to do if I couldn't get her out of the toilet? Where was my mother? I have the knowledge that she's not there. Otherwise, why would she not be there helping me get her out of the toilet? But the crisis was solved. I saved her. She was very thankful. And then we continued to go on. You know, my mother never hit her. I don't remember her even scolding her. Not that I wanted that to happen, but one day I asked her, how come you're never scolding Anna Marie and you're not hitting Anna Marie like you used to do with me and Billy? You know what my mother said? She wore out. She was worn out. Here's a mother that was home all the time, and she was worn out. I have to laugh at that this day. If I could tell you what my life was like when I was raising my children, I wasn't home all day. No way. No way. But yeah, she was exhausted. I remember Anna Marie early on being an itchy child, a complainer. I remember her having temper tantrums. It was just something my mother would never put up with. I realized, Anna Marie's really getting like special treatment. It didn't bother me so much. I realized that I was the first, Billy was the second, she the third, but I was the first. And I'm going to tell you, to this day, I paved the way. I paved the way for my siblings. Because I got the brunt of my mother. I can tell you that. You know, there was a time when I got a little older, I used to make her clothes. I used to love doing that. I can remember one time, she, myself, and my mother, because my mother could sew, we all had the same dress on. Of course, not the same dress, different sizes, but the same material, the same, design. I can remember that. I thought it was great. I loved it. I can remember one other time when Anna Marie and I were dressed the same. I like that too. But that never happened again. I don't know why. We shared the same bedroom. She would tell me her little confidences. She would ask my advice on things as she was growing a little older. I mean, we were pals. We loved each other. I looked after her. I made sure she was always safe. We were a team. I supported her in everything, always. And it breaks my heart to remember back. Little did I know what was coming up in the future. Those pictures of my sister I'm giving away to her daughter, Alyssa, because I don't want them in my house anymore. Stay tuned for video number 10. Yay! We should have a party! Yay! Bye.